Aren't they cute?
Okay. Whenever you ready, are you ready? Well, it's already started, so I'm unmuted. Hey, Gloria.
Hey, Kyri. How you doing this evening?
I'm good. Where your cupcakes at? Children's Island Cupcake and Chat.
Chat. Hey, where your cupcake at? Hey, it's in. Listen, the cupcake in the kitchen. Ain't that something? I have it, but it's in the kitchen. I'm gonna get it together. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome to our first. Hey, Miss Jocelyn Jones.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Jocelyn. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Fabulous.
As always. Well, welcome everyone to our first virtual book launch of the year featuring Mr. Kyri Demby with Simon the Self-Control Seal. Stop, think, and breathe and make the right choice. Okay, stop, think, and breathe and make the right choice. So I am your host, Gloria Kitchen with Children's Island. We also have Miss Jocelyn Jones from Kappa Learning Group. So before we get into Mr. Demby and his fabulous book of Simon the Self-Control Seal, just wanted to share something with you in regards to Children's Island and our mission. So the mission for Children's Island is to see the world through the lens of optimism and the revitalization of Black America and minorities as beautiful, intelligent, and a phenomenal contribution to the world in which we live in and call home, our world. The vision for Children's Island is to see a positive self-image, for children to see a positive self-image and reflection of themselves and their culture. We are Children's Island where learning is a breeze. So right now, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Kyri Demby, known as Mr. Demby, the amazing educator, musician, phenomenal, award-winning children's author.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is it all mine? Is it all mine?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Miss Gloria, and thank you, Jocelyn, for having me on the cupcakes and chat. Normally, I'm behind the scenes telling everybody else what to do. But
Right, true.
I'm in the spotlight and I'm having to force myself to be in the spotlight. So I'm gonna stick with that today. And I thank y'all. Thank you everybody out there in Facebook land for watching. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna read my story. That's what I'm gonna do first. But first, actually, I'm gonna share my screen because I got a little video we gonna watch.
Okay.
I came prepared, like I'm teaching.
Right. Be ready.
I'm prepared to teach in the classroom. So we gonna start. Here we go. Let me get this screen together. We will start with playful parables, and that's what I publish my books under. Demby's Playful Parables, and because they're parables because each of my stories teach a lesson. And so in order for us to read this book, we have to start with this song, and we're gonna just sing along. Y'all listen and sing along with me. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice.
Hey boys and girls, it's DJ Do Right. Hope everybody's doing well. I want to share a song with you today on how to have a better day. My teacher's up there talking, but I have something to say. I want to blurt it out, I want to make her look my way. I got to let it out, I'm about to bubble over. So what can I do to keep me out of trouble? Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. I'm sitting in the lunchroom and my friends are talking loud. I want to get a word and I just want to let it out. If I do like they do, I know it won't be very good. So I have to be myself and choose the right way I should. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe the next time you're having a bad day to stop, breathe, and make the right choice. And it will be a better day for everyone.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to stop, think, and
I
breathe?
love that.
Right choice.
Yeah.
So in order for me to read this book, y'all got to be ready to sing that song. I especially also want to thank Mr. Michi Kivoko Simmons for writing that song for me. Now I got another song after the book that I'm going to let y'all listen to from LaVon Bill.
Okay. Yes.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, we're ready.
Self-control seal. All right. There once was a seal. His name was Simon. He was always doing the right thing and making good choices. His friends never knew, but Simon had a trick that helped him. It was a little song his parents taught him, and the song said, "Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice." One day, as he rode the bus, all of the other students were jumping around and getting out of their seats, laughing and talking loud, blah, blah, blah. Wee! It seemed like they were going crazy, but not Simon. Simon just sat quietly, watching and humming his tune. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Another time, Simon's class was walking down the hallway. He was a very popular student. That means all of the students liked him. Everyone was screaming and yelling his name. "Hey, Simon. Hi, Simon. What's up, Simon?" But Simon just sang his song. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. And that's exactly what he did. Because, you know, in the school, you're supposed to walk quietly down the hall. So he just smiled and gave a silent wave. Now, I forgot to tell you this one time at lunch. Everybody was being loud and very rude, using their outside voice. Blah, blah, blah. Wee! But Simon heard his little song in his head. And y'all know what song it was. Stop, think,
Free,
and make the right choice. Stop,
think, and breathe,
and make
the right choice.
And that's what he did. He sat and finished eating, then talking quietly to the people at his table. Now, Simon was one of the best students at Under the Sea Elementary School. All of the students and teachers loved him because of his self-control and outstanding behavior. He was an example for all of the other students. That means they wanted to act like him. And I know we have some adults out there in Facebook land who want to act like him too. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you about this one time when Simon was on his way to recess. He saw all of the other students that were going crazy on the bus and all of the students that were talking in the hallway and in the cafeteria. He saw them in the principal's office. They were in trouble. Simon felt sorry for them, but who can worry, honey? He went on out to recess anyway, and he had a blast. When he did, he went bonkers. He was jumping and running and yelling and playing, blah, blah, blah. Wee! He had the most fun ever. He played as hard as he could. And then the teacher said, "Clean up and come in." Simon stopped what he was doing, thought about what he should do, took a deep breath, and he started walking towards the teacher and cleaning up to get in line. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the
right choice.
You know what? The other students finally followed Simon's example. They stopped what they were doing, thought about what they should do, took a deep breath, and they all started getting in line too. Well, you know what? They had the best time at school after they learned Simon's trick for self-control. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. So, if you're having a little trouble making good choices, and following the rules, maybe you could use Simon's trick too. You could stop what you're doing or thinking of doing. Think about what you should be doing. Take a deep breath and do the right thing. Then you will always have a great time where you go. And then maybe, just maybe, Mr. Demby will write a book about control student. Yes. Now y'all got to sing that song everywhere you go, and you will always make good choices if you do what? Stop,
think, and breathe, and make the right choice.
Now I'm gonna show y'all the remix. This one LaVon Bill did for me. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Y'all ready? This is the remix.
All right.
I gotta make a choice, I don't wanna get in trouble. I wanna say something, probably mumble. But my teacher is teaching on a double. But I think I'm on the burst out of my bubble. But I'ma sit and think another way. So I'm not being rude and they're not looking towards my way. To be polite and find another way. Stop, think, and breathe. And choose the better way. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Stop, think, and breathe. Stop, think, and breathe. Stop, think, and breathe. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Stop, think, and breathe. Stop, think, and breathe. Stop, think, and breathe. Yeah. Stop, think, and breathe. Stop, think, and breathe.
Y'all know what? I done shared my sound with and not everybody.
Oh!
It's okay.
Right,
Rewind.
Okay.
Rewind.
They didn't hear it out there in Facebook.
Let's go ahead. Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
Run it back.
Run it back.
Okay. Run it back.
During my classes, I call myself trying to be smart with this Zoom and then mess up something. I'm gonna do it again. Here we go. We'll try it again. So here we go. Let's try it one more time.
Right.
I gotta make a choice, I don't wanna get in trouble. I wanna say something, probably mumble. But my teacher is teaching on a double. But I think I'm on the burst out of my bubble. But I'ma sit and think and find another way. So I'm not being rude and they're not looking towards my way. It's best to be polite and find another way. Stop, think and breathe and choose a better way. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice.
Yes.
Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe. Stop, think and breathe. Let me back to you. Stop, think and breathe. Stop, think and breathe. Yeah. Stop, think and breathe. Stop, think and breathe. Tell me about it. Stop, think and breathe. Make the right choice. Make the right choice. Yeah. Stop, think and breathe. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe and make the right choice. Stop, think and breathe.
Thank y'all. That's what I'm about. And I do want to, before I give up my time, I just want to thank my illustrator, Kim James. That's my sister. She does Simon and then my illustrator for the Tales of is Randy E. Gray. Gloria, you have relationship with him. And I also like to thank my logo designer and interior and book cover designer, Mr. Reggie Watkins. He's also my former piano student.
Oh, wow.
And so I know by the time I'm up, Gloria, can I get can I yield for one more minute?
Yes, you may. The floor is yours.
Thank you. This is my last little thing. I'm gonna show y'all my newest book to come out in February.
Get ready for work.
Devil's Lesson.
Lord Jesus. Lord, you could have every child good.
Look, every child.
Every child is a good child.
Ain't no disobedient. Ain't no disobedient. That's over. You get a hold of that, baby. You gonna be sanctified, filled
With the Holy Ghost. With the Holy Ghost, not the Holy Ghost.
I love it.
That's what I say. If I can't do nothing but scare the hell out of them, they gonna do what's right. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Lord. Lord, hey, listen. You ain't find no switching. Listen, y'all ain't got to do nothing but read that book, huh? That's it. Read it.
Every child is a good child.
Every.
Officially, no child left behind. Now, not one. Okay.
Not now. Not now.
Oh,
Lord.
no. Jesus. Well,
Y'all
I
be
love
ready
it.
for it, honey. It'll be out in February. You can scare your children then.
Yeah.
okay. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Y'all
Swim a
gonna be some
fan.
new writers after that.
Okay.
Y'all gonna be some new writers.
Right.
I love it.
Oh, boy.
Lord.
Well, oh, Lord.
Lord, I can't wait for the Q&A, Lord Jesus.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to wheel it back in. I'm bringing us back in. I'm bringing us back in.
Lord.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh, well, you gotta be over here crying. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, we are going to be ready, and we will definitely do a virtual book launch on that for sure.
Right now.
For sure. Dressed in all red, and we'll be ready. You have on white. We'll have on red. Balance it out. Oh Lord, let's pick a color from the spectrum.
Yeah.
So yes, Lord. So all right. So Mr. Demby, I have a question for you. You know, I love Simon the Self-Control Seal, and I always tell you about that. And so I want to know why. I think that's a question I've never asked you. My question is why did you write that? Like, what gave you the inspiration to write Simon the Self-Control Seal? Because it's very relatable, you know, and you know that there's a curriculum that you and I are working on for mindfulness for early learning practitioners. And it's adults. I tell you all the time, adults need a book just like that too. Stop thinking, breathe, make the right choice. But where did that inspiration come to write a book that is just so like profound and prolific?
Really, to be honest with you, I was teaching a kindergarten class one year. And in this, no, it was second grade class. When I moved here to Kentucky, I stopped teaching to work for the church. And so I kind of just was subbing to get back into teaching. And so I was teaching a second grade class one year, and it was time for writing. And so they were writing narratives. So I was like, well, I had wrote out this story ahead of time to try to teach them how to tell a story. But at the same time, I said, well, I'm gonna teach them how to tell a story. I'm gonna teach them about making right choices. And the story I wrote was Simon the Self-Control Seal. And so really that's why I tell people my second grade class that I had that year at Audubon Elementary School, they actually were the reason behind Simon the Self-Control Seal. So, and I only remember this because when I said Simon the Self-Control Seal, I really drew a penguin. And so the children was looking as I'm reading the story, showing them this penguin, but I'm saying Simon the Self-Control Seal and telling them about the seal. And one of the little girls raised her hand and she said, Mr. Demby, that ain't no seal, that's a penguin. So that was a reason. And like a lot of reasons why I write all of my stories is because it's something that grows out of my classroom. I might be talking and like the other day, not the other day, about a few months before school let out, before COVID, I was talking to the kids about keeping beats and making beats and how music can change your behavior. And so I came up with this story about Kenyatta and the magic drum. And so those are kinds of stories I come up with in my classroom. And so then I have to remember them like, oh, let me write that down before I forget it, because I just be making them up in the classroom. And so that's really where I get most of my stories from.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. 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 Wow.
I love that.
Yes, I love it. I tell you all the time, I really love this book because it's really relatable to just so many things, especially last week, some things occurred nationally, that just had a
Stop, think, and breathe.
okay, stop, think, and breathe. So it was just so relevant, like so timely to have something that kids, because I know that a lot of parents had to sit down. I don't have kids as of yet, but I'm pretty sure a lot of parents, because of just the chaotic stuff that occurred, they really had to stop, think, and breathe and make some right choices. But they also had to stop, think, and breathe and talk to their kids, and explain to them, really what is going on. Because I know that a lot of, kids generally feel a lot of things. They feel the tension, they feel it. So, they have to be able to express it, and they want to understand it of what actually is going on. So that, so this is just amazing. So I'm just so grateful, of like your ability to write and to captivate such engaging moments, such timeless pieces. I always say that, God whispers, the divine whispers in your ears with a lot of this. So you are to me a divine creator. So I'm just so grateful to even know you. I adore you and I love you so much. So yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know. Well, first of all, I just think that what you're doing is just totally amazing, and it brings a lot of inclusiveness in what you're doing with children, with Simon the Seal. Stop, think, and breathe, make the right choice. And I was thinking with the whole concept, when we're thinking about inclusion, that this will definitely, it includes everyone, all children from all spectrums, cognitively and so forth. But what really rung a sound to me, a resounding sound to me when I hear that, is really specifically children with ADHD.
Right.
Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. Because a lot of times, when children with ADHD, they can be impulsive, and I think this will be a great um, um, a good stance to use, when advocating on behalf of children with, with special needs such as ADHD, with impulsive behavior. So I think that, the whole concept of that really reaches that community,
Right.
or that group of parents and children. Have you thought about that in that terms, and how you can possibly reach that community with that as well, specifically?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm actually in the process of writing a book for teachers called The Corrected Student.
Oh,
And
wow.
in it talks about using the different activities that I use in my classroom to help students become self-corrected, and
Mhm.
just to help students be aware of when they're getting ready to be out of control. Like
Mhm.
I do the self-control game where the kids get to jump around for 10 seconds and then they have to freeze for like 30 seconds. And then we talk about, how did you feel when you were freezing? How did
Mhm.
it feel controlling yourself when
Mhm.
you want to scratch but you don't scratch because I'm controlling
Yes.
myself. And so, those are that book should be finished by like June of this year.
Oh,
But
wow,
it's
that's awesome.
it's just like all of work in one place.
And that's important. Yeah, I love that, because a lot of children are kinesthetic learners, and, Stop, Think, and Breathe is really about self-regulation, and a lot of children nowadays, I think about, like ADHD is almost like a cold,
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with food, some studies say it has to do with vaccinations and all kinds of different things. So I think, definitely that, especially early on, children early on in early childhood and so forth, from 0 to 8, definitely need that self-regulation because of, especially, with the numbers of ADHD, ADD that's, constantly being thrown around. We definitely need to, I think, kind of hone and kind of focus on that with self-regulations, kinesthetic learning, because everybody learns differently. Everybody, cannot just sit still and just be Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of creative children, especially gifted, creative children, it's sometimes it's hard for them to sit down and just really focus, and I think the system has, really kind of stamped that into, this is learning, sit down, be quiet, and that's it, and then all the other children who do not learn in that type of learning style are falling between the cracks. So I think you really opened up something that that is, you're putting a foothold into that type of learning and thought processing, reaching parents, children, and also the teachers too.
Yeah. Thank you. You gonna get me started, John. I did a rant on my teacher tip channel. I got 2 YouTube channels, the Demby's Playful Parables with the kids videos and the Demby's teacher tips. And I was talking about teaching your kids to sit still. Like, I'm in a restaurant. This is one of my things I just hate to see, when parents let them kids run around and scream in the restaurant. When that's the perfect time you could be teaching your children how to sit still. And at home, do it. See how long they can sit still while they eat. Or like another thing, play hide and go seek with your children. That way, because they gotta sit still for you not to find them. And that's a way that you can start teaching at home. Before, I'm really kind of like just done with the parents who only send their kids to school to learn and don't do any teaching at home.
Yeah.
Learning, everything starts at home. And so that's just where so I did a little rant on that on my channel, and I don't want to get into it now, but that's real big about, even those students with ADHD can be taught. You can train them to take a breath and sit still. You don't have to always use medicine.
You don't. Definitely, you could definitely teach them and give them a toolbox. With that, they don't have to be medicated. It's really about self-regulation, and teaching them how to control themselves. If you don't mind, it don't matter, So if you really give them the tools and allow them to use those tools, it will help a lot. It's like and some children do have to be self-medicated, because sometimes they, they're along other spectrums, come along with that as well, of course. But, at the same time, you can still give them a toolbox.
Yeah,
help them to regulate.
Give those students the room and space. Like in my classroom, I tell the kids, as long as you're reading, I don't care. Sometimes they be rolling on the floor or walking.
Right. Yeah.
Reading, I don't care. One boy, he sit in the chair upside down reading like that. And as long as your eyes is on the board and I see your mouth moving, I want, and so that's what I try to get them. Some kids do need to walk around like me.
Yeah.
I want people that walk around while I'm working and doing. I can't sit still. I have to move and talk and move. So, you know, as teachers, we have to kind of look at that. And, you know, and I maybe start on another thing I talk about. I always tell teachers, release the peeves. That's P-E-V-E-S. You know, all them teachers, this is my pet. You can't do that when you're a teacher. Back in the day, you could do that. You know, the child gotta say this, you better do it. Kids don't work like that. Because kids can look on Google quicker than you could tell them.
Okay.
Hey, Google.
Yeah.
Did Christopher Columbus do such and such? You know, these kids. So, you know, those days are over, you know, and so if you have, when you're teaching, you kind of just have to release all of that and just teach who you have. If you got that boy who like to jump up and down, as long as he working, let him jump up and down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah, definitely. I think, especially with African American children, you know, we have to think about teaching children culturally too, because you know a lot of times our teaching styles are Eurocentric.
Yeah.
And we have to understand, you know, how especially black boys, they are busy. They can be very busy, and a lot of people who are not you know, not used to teaching black and brown children will think that is deviant,
Right.
you know, and it's not. It's just the way they are more kinesthetic than, you know, maybe the girls, you know, and you have to understand that. But, you know, because there is not enough training, I think, in those areas of teaching, you know, black and brown children is not prevalent, you know, in our seminars or in our trainings, and it's not enough of us represented in our trainings and so forth. So we don't know, some of us, even us, you know, even black teachers, some of them do not know, you know, how to handle our own people. So I think, you know, that's important to understand too. But you know, I know we went on different subjects and things, but I think that, you know, this is what I think your whole campaign, your whole vision on Stop, Think, and Breathe, it really brings out a lot of different topics and a lot of different, you know, trajectories that we really need to kind of really look at.
Yeah.
And I think you know, your project has brought all of that, you know, all of those different things. So
that means we need the next conversation. We need to have a conversation about this, because that is, you know, that it is teaching children of color is going to be different. But now, just teaching, period, is going to be totally different.
Yeah.
You know, so we do need, I just think that conversation that we're having is an important conversation.
Yeah.
You let me, I know you could talk a long time and I could too. We could.
Yeah, we all can talk on this, you know.
It's for real.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
And it's changing the narrative. So that's another great thing. You know, I know that I sent an email out a couple of days ago. Kyri, you shared it with me first about the trajectory of how, like, the characterizations of just in general of the inclusivity, I hope I'm saying it correctly, the inclusion of, you know, Black Americans, Asian, and things of that nature. So there was very highly populated that, you know, white and Caucasians were visual, more present, more visual in children's literature, in books, and things of that nature. And then also it was like Asian Pacific, it was like 1%, you know, and then it was like around 30% was about like animals, you know, even food or cupcake or something. And then it was like, you know, African Americans, 23%, you know, Black and African American. So, you know, we do need to see a diverse culture, you know, multi, you know, cultural across the board, because it's needed. It's very, very much needed, especially now, you know, especially now. So.
And I think that's what, and also too, Gloria, I think, that is your mission too, with Children's Island, to represent those who are not being represented and not being seen across the board in children's books and so forth, because, you know, there are very few, Indian writers, or very
Right.
few, well, not Indian writers, but books, about India, or, what I'm saying, it's not a lot. Like, it's far few in between, and I think it's important for everybody to be represented, and just not really even, along the lines of race, but ableism, and, disability,
Yes,
even in that spectrum,
yes,
and so many other different groups, you know what I mean? So I think that is definitely your mission, yeah, for Children's Island, to definitely do that, so that people will be represented and they will see themselves, and know that they matter, know that they're valued, and that's what really, I think, what identity safe classrooms are really about, really making sure that people are being valued, and
Right.
being an asset, and we definitely need to, I think, advocate more on identity safe classrooms, especially in these days and time, that
Right.
people need to feel valued and understood, and, represented. So
wow. That sounds real. Listen. I love to hear you talk, especially about children, anything education. I love to hear you talk, as well as Kyra. So I feel like we should do something to talk about that. Identity safe classroom, identity safe curriculums,
yeah.
and things of that nature. But one thing, when you're doing research, both of you, we all have graduate degrees and things of that nature, certificates and all that stuff. They always ask you, what problem are you solving? So the one thing that we definitely can say that, Children's Island, Demby's Playful Parable, we are the solution to the problem that exists, that, there needs to be inclusion, there needs to be diversity across all spectrums, diversity for all. So that's just this is like phenomenal. So it's just like we are the solution, period. So I'm just grateful for that. So
Yeah.
thank you. So you both of you, like, the vision. So it's like I am excited to, like, as it becomes revealed, it's going to be like tremendously amazing. So yes, do you have your cupcake? Anybody have a cupcake?
I do. I do. I do.
Okay.
I had to run to the store again.
Okay.
I forgot. Lord, I forgot. Let me unveil mine. Oh, Lord, I forgot.
You got a yellow. I thought you had a different color cupcake.
I did. I got two of them. Just
I brought 6, but I'm not even supposed to be eating it. But I'm not at all. So I'm like, hey.
I got mine cheap though.
That's all right. I
ain't got nothing cutesy like y'all.
You sure had a nice little cupcake last time.
I did. I forgot to get
Cupcake
my
queen.
cupcake.
Okay, Empress cupcake.
You know why? Cause we going where the cupcake resides.
Okay, where the cupcake resides.
And that's all.
Right.
We had a little later.
Oh Lord. Oh boy, I tell you. Oh, but before we do our cupcake and chat song, I wanted to give a special shout out to Dana Calhoun. He's on here. And I'm looking through my phone. Hey Dana.
Hey, Dana.
And also Carla Francis, my one of my great friends. I just want to tell her thank you, and everyone, because I can only see the comments, but everyone who have come on to really just support us, support our vision, support the mission of Children's Island, support us individually and collectively. You know, these are the faces for Children's Island right here, the educators, the phenomenal educators that we have, Ms. Jocelyn Jones and Mr. Kyri Demby, and also myself, Gloria Ann Kitchen. So are y'all ready to do our little song?
Ready?
I hope, listen, here we go. Okay, do I remember? Okay, here we go. Hey, where your cupcake at? Children's Island Cupcake and Chat. Hey, where your cupcake at? Children's Island Cupcake and Chat. Mr. Demby, where your cupcake at?
Children's Island Cupcake and Chat.
Hey, where your cupcake at? Children's Island Cupcake and Chat. Jocelyn, where your cupcake at?
Children Island Cupcake and Chat.
Hey, where your cupcake at? Children's Island Cupcake and Chat. Hey,
Gloria, where your cupcake at?
Children's Island Cupcake and Chat. Hey, where your cupcake at? Children's Island Cupcake and Chat. Hey. I just love doing that. I just love it. And I love doing this with you all as well. So, Mr. Demby, thank you again. Also, before we go, where can they purchase your book and your books? Where can they purchase your books?
They can be purchased on Amazon. All you have to do is type in Kyri Demby and it'll everything, or you can go to kyridemby.com and it'll open up it'll open up my books, my music on iTunes, Spotify, my YouTube channels. It'll open up all of that stuff. You can go to kyridemby.com, KYRIDEMBY.com.
Awesome.
Or you can, go to Amazon, or you can go to Demby'sPlayfulParables.com. That's my website.
Awesome. Awesome. And so what we'll also do is we'll place that on the Children's Island page as well. So if any of you would love to purchase Mr. Kyri's book, Simon the Self-Control Seal, or any of his fabulous books that he has, please support this. He is a phenomenal educator, phenomenal musician, extraordinaire, period, point blank. And this is a book that every household needs. Every household needs a Kyri Demby book, period. Demby Playful Parables book. So again, my name is Gloria Kitchen. I just want to tell you again, thank you for coming to our first virtual book launch of the year with Mr. Kyri Demby, with Simon the Self-Control Seal. Stop, think, and breathe, and make the right choice. We are Children's Island, where learning is a breeze. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.